Hey there, it's day 6 of Vlogmas. I'm gonna start recording this for the second time because my mother just FaceTimed me. We love thrifting. Mom's at Goodwill very often. If there's something she sees at Goodwill that she thinks I need, she'll call me to show me. So we were just assessing the current goods at Goodwill. So thanks, Mom. All right, it's day 6 of Vlogmas. It's been a pretty typical Wednesday. I worked all day. And now I'm done working and I want to talk about knitting with you all. So I'm going to do the Advent thing. I'm going to share my Anthology throw because I'm up to speed on it. And then I'm going to talk about future knitting plans, which is why I'm at my stash. Please don't judge me. Okay, we're good. Because I have a couple of plans that I am going to pull some yarn from my shelf and see if I have some stash yarn to knit some things. All right, let's start out with day 6 of my Scrappy Sock Advent from Lori. All right, it is the Practically Perfect Sock from Emma's Yarn, and the color is It's Not Easy Being Green, 80% merino, 20% nylon. My chocolate, then we'll save for later. All right, here's today's green. I like it. So here's my Anthology throw. I've been able so far to keep up. So yesterday's was multicolored and turned out, I don't know if it was self-striping yarn or not, but it's very stripy, which I like. And then the green will go next. So cool. I really like this one. I know I keep saying that, but it's true and it hasn't changed. The second I stop liking it, I'll let y'all know, I'm sure. All right, so that's my Scrappy Sock Advent. Let's open up my 2022 Knotty Pine. Okay. Ooh. So we're changing color families now. Still brown, but it has pinks in it and speckles. The colorway is Prairie Sunset. Yesterday's colorway was Prairie, so the beiges are still coming through, but now we're adding the sunset colors. Very pretty. Okay. I am sipping on some stash tea, the Christmas Eve tea, Christmas Eve in Paris, the one that has lavender and cocoa. It's delicious. All right, should we talk future knitting projects? I have my iPad with me so I don't get distracted and have a squirrel moment because we all know that happens with me. But this will be my chance to kind of walk through the patterns I'm thinking. So the first pattern I am considering is doing a hot water bottle cover. I've been seeing a bunch of those popping up on my feed and some really beautiful colorwork ones. I don't have any desire to do a colorwork one because I just would love to do a vanilla knit from all the way around it. I think it would be great for a gift knit or for myself. You'll see in footage that I often have, like I have a heating pad on my bed. I have a wraparound heating pad for the couch. I like to be warm. I have Renaults, where I have poor circulation, so my hands and my toes are almost always ice cold, which is why hand knit socks are so great. So I ordered 4 water bottles by accident. I thought I was only ordering 2, but I have 4. So I think that means I'm either going to return them depending on if I return the second pack. If I like knitting it, I'll knit more. If I'm not, they're going back and I'll keep it for me and then maybe one gift. So the pattern I have found is on Ravelry and it is a free pattern. It's the hot water bottle cover. Great name. By Emily. So she must be cool. Bolduan. I'll link to it. It's a free pattern and it's DK weight and it uses between 186 and 219 yards. So a skein or a bunch of scraps. This bag here is all of my DK scraps. So I could very easily pull that through. Like I have leftover Valley Girl from Spin Cycle. That's more sport weight. I have this really pretty leftover purple from my spring sorrel from Suburban Stitcher. That could look really nice with these. So I think I've talked myself into it. It's just a matter of what I want to use. Oh yeah, here's a whole nother ball of that. I have leftover Leaf Voter Suppression Behind by Lola Bean Yarn Co. that I knit my Milkweed DK out of. I talk about that in a whole episode, well, multiple episodes, but it's really autumnal and pretty. I'm not going to worry too much about the color of the hot water bottle. I have a red and a blue. I'm bipartisan because this pattern has a little turtleneck that it gives the water bottle, that it covers it. There. Oh, come on. There. Second pattern I'm looking at and that I ended up purchasing last night is Slipover. There are so many Slipover patterns out there. I'm currently knitting a vest, but that's been on hold for a while. And I think Slipover feels very similar to a vest. Is it just a different name like jumper and sweater? Jump over, pullover? I don't know. I have found a lot of the patterns aren't very size inclusive. So I just want to throw that out there right now, that some of the patterns that I really liked go up to like a 57-inch bust, which is not very inclusive. Like I think I'm a 44-inch bust. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But the pattern I landed on, based off of reviews and what the finished object looked like on all different types of bodies, is the Semper Slipover by the Knit Purl Girl. It is a very cute pattern. It comes in a V-neck. See if it'll... It comes in a V-neck or the traditional rounded collar. I believe it is top down, worked flat. So start with your back, pick up, join in the round and go. It uses fingering and lace weight together. And I have so much yarn in my stash that I think would be perfect for this. I think I would need about 2 skeins of fingering, 2 skeins of Surrey, because I'm not going to do mohair, because especially around my neck, it drives me nuts. I don't usually get itchy on like my chest or my arms or my stomach. It's my neck that's super sensitive. The one Surrey that I immediately thought of that I should use has been sitting in my stash for a while, and it's from the Yarn Addict. And it's Scandinavian. It was from her home collection. And I ended up buying this actually from Leslie at Knit California in the destash. So I have 2 skeins of this that I think would be really pretty, especially if I just held it with a neutral color. So I have, because I dye yarn a little bit, I have a bunch of bare yarn. So this is DK, but I think these 2 together would be really pretty. I think the white would help soften this out a bit and make it a little bit more neutral. So that's one combo I'm thinking of that I know I have in my stash. If I didn't want to do fingering and lace weight, I bet I could do a DK. And I definitely have multiple skeins of DK yarn in my stash. Let's see. Like, there's this one right here, and this is fuzzy. This is alpaca that I naturally dyed myself from a local farm. I have plenty of skeins of that. Like, I think that's pretty, but I do love the idea of a little bit more basic, neutral pattern. I do have 2 skeins of this really nice green. That's from Farmer's Daughter Fiber. That could be really lovely, and I think that should be enough too. So yeah, what do you think? Should I do more of a neutral? Should I do green? Because, you know, we love a green. Or this really pretty copper that I naturally dyed. Oh, or, so I purchased, I'm making a mess. I purchased these 2 skeins from Lavender Loon at Zombie Knitpocalypse to make a cable wrap shawl, which I don't like cables, but it was so beautiful, and it was really a really loose gauge. So I thought that would work. But each skein is 330 yards. It is non-superwash merino, 15% yak and 15% silk. so pretty drapey. That could be really pretty because I could wear it with a white, a brown, black. Oh, I might be talking myself into this. And it's a little holiday-ish because I kind of want to knit this by Christmas so I can wear it for Christmas. That's my toxic trait, is that I do self-imposed deadlines. Hi, welcome. That's who I am. So I think these are my two combos that I am going for. So would you do combo A with the Surrey? Or would you do combo B, DK, this color? All right, let me know what you're thinking. So I'm gonna not let myself cast this one on until I finish that Raglan, but that's fine. And I think a vest, I think it's a very basic design with potentially a folded neckline, but you're knitting, you're picking up stitches. I can do that. That feels pretty simple. It's something I can balance with my Advent knitting. The third pattern I was thinking of doing, and I talked a little bit about this on day 2, is either doing the Felix pullover or the Felix cardigan, and doing that with these 3 skeins that I picked up from Badger Face Fiber at Get Ben's Farm. And this is naturally dyed Jacob and Shetland blend. It is a worsted weight, 2-ply worsted. Heather from Beautiful Sister is making a Felix cardigan right now. That's my plug for the Beautiful Sister Vlogmas. This is their first time doing Vlogmas, and they're alternating every other day between the sisters, and I love it. And so the Felix cardigan seems really nice. We all know, well, if you don't know, if you're new here, I started a cardigan in June and have been slowly working on it, but it's been on hold because of test knits and whatnot. But I really want a cardigan because I have so many fun knitting shirts or political campaign shirts or band shirts that I want to be able to show. And a cardigan, then I could wear my knits and my favorite t-shirts. So I'm deciding if I want to do a Felix cardigan or would I do another Felix pullover. I knit a Felix pullover last year or earlier this year, and the Raglan is really deep and it gets, you know, how you get that little bat wing there. And so I think if I was to do the Felix pullover, I would modify the Raglan increases a little bit, probably cut it short, and then maybe cast on a smaller size as well because the neck is pretty wide. I don't know. Have you done a Felix cardigan? Did you like it? Have you done both? And which one do you like better? All right. So that is what I'm thinking. I thought it would be fun to do a little future knitting talk in addition to doing my Advent stuff. I'm going to go run to Target. I'm going to probably bake some cookies one of these coming days. Peanut butter cookies. I've been craving a peanut butter cookie with the Crisco butter shortening and then a dark Dove chocolate in the middle. That's my take on a peanut butter blossom. So I think I'm going to make those and take it easy. I haven't decided what I want to do for 30 minutes of movement today. Yesterday I walked. I might either elliptical or I might consider doing some yoga. I do not want to do a Peloton ride yet because of the bruise on my butt from falling down the stairs. It's pretty painful, and the way that bike seat is would really be hitting that bruise. All right. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and I will check in with you later tonight to share updates on my knitting, especially on the sock countdowns. Hey there, hope you had a great day. We're just about finished with an episode of Upload, and then we're gonna switch to a Christmas movie. Last night we watched Home Alone. TBD on what we decide to watch today. The other option is the Food Network super cheesy holiday bake-off because why not? A little mind-numbing is good sometimes. Okay, sock time. Here is day 6 of Woolens Nosh. Kind of an aqua green with a stitch marker from Twisted Oak Farmstead. So both of those are up. And then here is day 6 of Freckled Whimsey, a green. with my little gingerbread stitch marker from Vic Knits, which shows me I also haven't done this one yet. So that was a great reminder. I got a little distracted apparently during a work call today. Haven't even started my Anthology throw. I'm on the ribbing of my Raglan so I can block it and weigh all the weigh the rest of the skeins, get the feedback form done, and that is done. You heard me talk earlier about knitting plans. I can't wait. I'm so excited to cast on something new. I know I'm not the only one that feels like casting on everything right now. All right, that's all I have for today. I will check in with you for day 7 of Vlogmas.